Voilà, donc on est tard le soir, un soir de vacances, et on n'arrive pas à dormir. Vous le voyez, hein, la star. Bref, et j'ai décidé de vous faire la lecture de petits contes. Donc certains connaissent, d'autres ne connaissent pas. Voilà, Bruno s'installe, hein, il est prêt à écouter l'histoire, il aime bien. Les contes de Biddle de Bard, c'est les contes qu'on entend dans Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, donc les reliques de la mort, partie 1. Ou 2, je sais plus. Enfin, les reliques de la mort, quoi, pour ceux qui ont vu les films. Et voilà, donc je vais vous faire la lecture du plus connu, The Three Brothers. Alors, c'est parti. Alors, excusez-moi de la qualité, hein, mais mon flash ne va pas. Hein. There were once 3 brothers who were traveling along a lonely, winding road at twilight. In time, the brothers had reached a river too deep to wade through and too dangerous to swim across. However, these brothers were learned in the magical arts, and so they simply waved their wands and made a bridge appear across the treacherous water. Ta-da! They were halfway across it when they found their path blocked by a hooded figure, and Death spoke to them. He was angry that he had been cheated out of 3 new victims, for travelers usually drowned in the river. But Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the 3 brothers upon their magic, and said that each had earned a prize for having been clever enough to evade him. The oldest brother, who was a combative man, asked for a wand more powerful than any in existence, a wand that must always win duels for its owner, a wand worthy of a wizard who had conquered death. So Death crossed to an elder tree on the banks of the river, fashioned a wand from a branch that hung there, and gave it to the oldest brother. Then the second brother, who was an arrogant man, decided that he wanted to humiliate Death still further, and asked for the power to recall others from death. So Death picked up a stone from the riverbank and gave it to the second brother, and told him that the stone would have the power to bring back the dead. And then Death asked the third and youngest brother, what he would like. The youngest brother was the humblest and also the wisest of the brothers. He did not trust Death. So he asked for something that would enable him to go forth from that place without being followed by Death. And Death, most unwillingly, handed over his own cloak of invisibility. Then Death stood aside and allowed the 3 brothers to continue on their way, and they did so, talking in wonder of the adventure they had had, admiring Death's gifts. Donc là, je suppose que vous avez peut-être compris, ils ont rencontré la mort, parce qu'en fait, ils se sont trouvés devant une rivière qui était trop profonde pour traverser à pied. Ils ont, d'un coup de baguette magique, créé un pont, et ça a énervé un petit peu la mort. Mais la mort est joueuse, donc la mort leur a accordé 3 souhaits. Le premier a demandé la baguette la plus puissante, le deuxième, une pierre qui lui permettrait de ramener les morts, et le troisième est reparti avec une cape d'invisibilité qui empêcherait la mort de le suivre. On voit que le premier est un combattant, le deuxième est un arrogant, et le troisième est sage et humble. On est reparti. In due course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination. The first brother travelled on for a week or more, and reaching a distant village, he sought out a fellow wizard with whom he had a quarrel. Naturally, with the elder one as his weapon, he could not fail to win the duel that followed. Leaving his enemy dead upon the floor, the oldest brother proceeded to an inn, hotel, where he boasted loudly of the powerful wand he had snatched from Death himself, and how it made him invincible. That very night, Another wizard crept upon the oldest brother as he lay, wine-sodden, upon his bed. Allongé, saoul, sur son lit. The thief took the wand and, for good measure, slit the oldest brother's throat. Donc un autre sorcier, un voleur, lui tranche la gorge avec sa propre baguette parce qu'il a frimé. And so, death took the first brother for his own. Meanwhile, the second brother journeyed to his own home, where he lived alone. Here he took out the stone that had the power to recall the dead, and turned it thrice in his hand. To his amazement and his delight, the figure of the girl he had once hoped to marry before her untimely death appeared at once before him. Yet she was silent and cold, separated from him as though by a veil. Though she had returned to the mortal world, she did not truly belong there, and suffered. Finally, the second brother, driven mad with hopeless longing, killed himself, so as truly to join her. And so death took the second brother for his own. Donc là, on sait que le deuxième frère, il a utilisé la pierre pour ramener à la vie une fille qu'il aimait beaucoup, mais qui est décédée trop tôt. Et en fait, elle est là, mais sans être là, elle est triste. Et lui, n'en pouvant plus de ne pas vraiment pouvoir être avec elle, il se suicide. Et donc, la mort prend sa deuxième victime. But though death searched for the third brother for many years, he was never able to find him. It was only when he had attained a great age that the youngest brother finally took off the cloak of invisibility and gave it to his son. And then he greeted death as an old friend and went with him gladly, and, equals, they departed this life. Et là, le troisième frère, en fait, il a été cherché longtemps, mais n'a jamais été trouvé. Seulement quand il a atteint un très grand âge, il donna sa cape d'invisibilité à son fils et a pu accueillir la mort telle une vieille amie et partir avec elle. Voilà, j'espère que ça vous a plu. Désolée pour les bégayages, vous savez, et vous l'avez déjà expérimenté en classe, c'est pas toujours évident de lire à voix haute. Et pour compléter enfin cette séance de lecture, je vous offre la séance de yoga du chat. Voilà. Allez, je vous souhaite à tous une bonne soirée ou une bonne journée, je suppose que vous verrez ça demain. À bientôt.